All right, all right. We are live. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Lean and Mean Academy. I think we're live here in a few places. Hopefully, the signal will stick out for us. And so today, our live is about SESW stands on business. And if we're talking about SESW, SoutheastSoftwash.com, you got to have Mr. Cody Yarbrough on the line with you. What's up, my dog?
Well, I went in there and got my hat that's like your hat, but
Yeah,
I don't really wear this style, so it looks funny on me. It don't
looks
look right on me. It look good on you. It don't look right on me. So
you got to have a fat head to make it look. You see, your
yeah,
head too aerodynamic.
it just feels weird, but I do like the look. Yeah, that's it,
You
man.
keep that sticker on there for Micah and Preston.
I do. I keep that on there for my boys because it pisses them off.
I can't stand that sticker on there, man.
They don't like it. No, it's too hot. I'm gonna take that off. But yeah, guys, we're gonna knock you out a pretty funny, hopefully, quick live today. So Aaron, he texted me with a topic. I'll let him elaborate, pontificate, if you will, on what are we talking about today.
Yeah, we're talking about standing on business. I think a lot of companies, a lot of industries beyond ours, but Cody and I take the pulse of the industry, the pulse of just e-commerce and the world, and how they deal with chirping and how they deal with people. Frankly, a lot of these people aren't even customers; they're just people on the internet. And we decided to flip the normal paradigm and the normal protocol of how you deal with those people on their head, right? We don't run with that normal old, I call it cuck protocol.
Yeah,
We actually have Hellfire missiles and Stinger missiles and torpedoes, and we like to employ those whenever it comes time to. It's kind of fun. But today is about SESW stands on business. I think a lot of you guys who follow the channel, you already know how we are, and it's part of the brand. Like, it's who we are. Like, we believe in our products, we believe in our stuff. We It takes a lot of time and a lot of money to get these things right and to R&D them. And in your business as well, you know, it takes a lot of work, a lot of pulling hoses, a lot of building brands, a lot of talking to people. And when somebody comes along and just wants to kind of trash you,
yeah,
you should take offense to it, right? If there's one time that somebody you should take offense to something, it's probably when somebody talks trash about your kid, your wife, your family, and your business, because that feeds your family, and you put a lot of work into all of those things to make them run properly. So that is very different, Cody, than the normal way of handling that.
yeah.
And
What you usually hear back is, "Well, I can't believe you say that's unprofessional." Like, well, what you did is unprofessional. So we're going to define like what is professional, because that gets thrown around a lot, and usually the guy on the other end of the keyboard, he's real quick to fire off that cock holster, but he don't really want to stand behind it, or he doesn't think that because you're a company with a logo, right? Once you are a company, they think that you've got to do whatever. They can say anything they want to as an individual, a person, a customer, but the company can't respond in like manner, and that's what we don't do. That, so we never shoot first. Don't have a reason to shoot first. Like, busy. I mean, what the hell sense will that make? I ain't shooting first. We're just sitting over here doing our thing. But if you shoot, we do shoot back, and we do shoot back pretty consistently. So, old saying you guys have heard, what everybody's heard, but I think we don't know the truth of the saying, the customer is always right. That's only half of that quote. There's more to that. That original quote was, the customer is always right in matters of taste. That was the quote. And we chopped off the back half of that so decades ago, to the point now that the only thing we know is the customer's always right. Well, that's not true. The original quote is true. The customer is always right in matters of taste. But what people think nowadays is that the customer, whoever they are, they just exist as a human, and so they get to talk shit. They get to say whatever. And we've got an example for you guys today. You want to show them, old homie right here?
yeah, first I want to mention we got a free event coming up, a big
Damn
event
right.
coming
Yes,
up
we
at Southeast Softwash HQ.
do.
Super Pump Saturday coming up November 2nd. Okay, Cody, tell them a little bit about what's going to be happening there. 252 tickets have already gone, and there will be a link in the description of this video or somewhere in the post of this video to where you can get your tickets if you want to come join us.
Yeah, it's free event. It's not training. We don't do no free training, but it's just a hangout. So we've got a lot of guys coming. Truth Seeker, hey, that's cool. I will finally get to meet Truth Seeker, but it's just going to be a hangout day. We'll be there most of the day, a good 5, 6, 7 hours. We got barbecue coming. Reggie's coming that day as well because he asked me in another video, and I was dehydrated when he was like, "I'll be there on November 2nd." What are you talking about? And then when I ended, I'm like, "Oh, the thing." So barbecue. I already know they're gonna be some boys eat they weight in pulled pork. We see it a lot. I've got some fancy toilets coming.
Yeah,
Good shitters. All right.
yeah.
So we got the nice ones coming on the trailer. Just a hangout day. We're going to be unveiling a new cool thing that day. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. There's going to be something cool getting unveiled that day. Going to do some door prizes. Might give us giveaway. You'll never know. I'm crazy, man. I might give some away. You'll never know. So y'all come hang out with us. It's that Saturday, November the 2nd. Barbecue. Doing some challenges. We're going to do a little just fun stuff, kind of hokey stuff, but giving away some stuff that day. It's not a training event. It's not a sales pitch. We don't need to say nothing. We already rich, but now we will say something. But that ain't what the day's about.
Yeah, we got some challenges I'm real excited about. Some stuff that you guys can partake in for time. You know, we're always big fans of Top Gear with Jeremy Clarkson and the Stig.
Yeah.
And you know, we're gonna do some challenges with the Super Pump and some of these other things for time and see, you know, who gets the fastest time is gonna win, you know, some door prizes and stuff. We're also gonna have some free cigars there.
Yeah.
For everybody to whoever smoke. We like to smoke cigars, so if you want some, we'll have some there. And also,
You don't have to.
You don't have to. No, you gonna smoke this damn. Let me see that. You know what I mean? Well, and obviously the food is free too. Okay, guys. So just to make sure we're not going to have a food truck there and ask you to buy your own food, we'll be providing that. So November 2nd, Southeast Offwash HQ Super Pump Saturday. Definitely would be the biggest event any single companies to ever had. I mean, 252 tickets have gone. I had to open up another 100 because 200 went so fast. So I went to 300. I told Cody, I'm trying to cause problems here. That's what I'm trying to cause. I want to see just how many people, and a lot of people have been very excited about it because they get to come and see the new gear, get to, you know, some of the stuff we've never shown on any of the YouTubes, you know, some of the stuff that we're going to be unveiling. And it's just going to be a fun time. We like to keep it in-house nowadays, as opposed to going to any of these other schmuck events, you know, that has a bunch of people packed up into a big room that smells like piss. We're not about it. So
No, I ain't about it.
Reggie said it'll be better than the large, the grande. If you you can do it in Spanish. So yeah, get your tickets, man. But Cody, let's talk about why SESW stands on business. How do we stand on business? And let's go into this individually.
Well, yeah, go ahead and show them this is the guy of the week right here.
All right, so preface here, you know, we have all kinds of videos on Facebook and stuff like that, and we get all kinds of like positive comments, people loving the gear, you know. Some of the stuff is kind of like our baby, right? Like we've worked on it for a long time and we're proud of it, and frankly, revolutionary. Like there's nothing like it in the world. Like the Super Pump, if there was something like it, guys, best believe like we would have just bought that. Okay. Like knowing what we know now, if there was something like that in the world in that form.
So you're saying if there was something that did that, we could have just bought it and put a sticker on it.
We could have put a sticker on it and like possibly named it our own thing, but not created it. You know?
Yeah, but went around and yeah. I see what. Yeah.
So what we found out is that there was nothing that does what the Super Pump does in that form factor. That's an electric pump, and what we wanted. And so we had to create it, right? So we're proud of what we've done, as you should be, of your business and all the work that you put in. But every now and then we get a guy on the internet who wants to get loose lipped. Say he wants to flap his gums, as Elaine Yarbrough might say.
I can't decide if it's bright or not out here. The sun is moving, so I'm going to keep these glasses on.
And we get a comment. And look, at night, probably in the later hours, I have a rabid, mean Punjab Indian that polices our Facebook. And he is, in any sense of the word, anyone who wants to comment something just negative or, unmerited, how Facebook is, it's a cesspool. Like, I have instructed this Punjab to comment back and just lacerate this individual with a hellfire missile right into the pillbox. Okay. Kamehameha, right? Like straight to it. So let's jump in here. So Victor Lindquist says, prefer gas, overpriced pump. Now that's where you messed up. See that?
Yeah.
See, prefer gas, overpriced pump. And then the Punjab came back, as he is instructed to do, about an hour later. He said probably prefer dick too. He was just he was just weighing it all out. And then about, I don't know, a bunch of hours later, Victor, see, he shot his little pea shooter across, not really over our bow, but he shot it. And then he got shot back. And then he said, great response from a so-called reputable company. You like cock so much, that's all you think about. You can't use his cut down and shoot back at him with the same cut down. You have to be clever. I'll make sure I post a screenshot of your response in all blogs and Facebook pages. Tell you have a very high IQ with a response like that. And then I saw this morning and I said, please do screenshot this and post it in those cesspools as well, as I do believe. I said, if you know about Southeast Softwash, we always shoot back. But we pride ourselves on defending and shooting back. We pride ourselves on believing in what we do. It's our modus operandi. It's a part of the brand, Cody. It's Calvary.
He's like, that's a real professional response from a so-called reputable company. I don't get. Look, man, screenshot all you want. I don't know if you knew this or not. This may be news, maybe revelation to you. Perhaps you were unaware, but I don't give no fucks about that. All right, you post it, and I'll post it for you in all the oh, they're gonna post it in. I don't give the first damn about none of you Facebook groups. I don't care. I do want to say, like, I don't mind a person having a preference for whatever system you want to use. Like, I don't care. Just they all kind of work. You can make them all work. We all know at this point what the pros and cons are of the different stuff. When we started down the rabbit hole of inventing the super pump 2 years ago, the gas-powered P40 AR-45s, they honestly, at the gun, it does about everything you would want for it to do. My only negative ever that I said about what comes out of the gun was it can be way too much if you don't have the ability to regulate that, which, the flow can be. But the problem ain't there. It's at the back end where the mechanical stuff lies. So, yeah, we said, look, if we're going to build a pump, it has to do basically what these gas-powered systems do or beat it. Now, having said that and having accomplished that, if you just still romantic about whatever, like, that's fine. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to come. See, you can drive a Ford and you can hate Chevy. Or you can drive a Chevy and you can hate Ford. And there don't have to be no logic to it at all. Nothing Fancy back in the old days on Nothing Fancy channel. It's an old YouTube channel. He called it second kind of cool. That's his. He's like, look, if a guy just likes a thing, first kind of cool is its list of attributes. Can't argue with that. That's data. Second kind of cool, you just like it. Well, I can't argue with I just like it because I got shit that I just like. I'm a SIG guy. You might be weird and shoot Glocks. I don't know. Whatever, dog. But here's what you're not going to do. You're not going to go to Glock's page and talk no shit. They don't let you do that. It's weird. They won't let you do. You can't go to Ford's. You cannot pull up at your local Ford dealership in your Silverado and cut donuts and tell them to go to hell. And then when they come out and say, "Hey, man, the law's on their way. We're going to lock you," well, that's unprofessional. This so-called Ford dealership is unfair. I'm going to tell everybody that y'all was an asshole to me. You see, what you're doing is you're being retarded. That's what you're doing.
In a nutshell.
It don't make no sense. So I don't have any problem with him in his mind preferring a gas-powered rig. I don't think that makes any sense, but everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's America. You can be wrong if you want to. All right. You can get you a gas-powered system. You can be wrong. You have the right to be wrong. But you don't see it's weird. They think they own your social media pages and your YouTube comments section.
Your opinions.
Yeah, I don't give a damn about that.
They're gonna get back at you. No, I don't think you understand. We want you to. See, that's the weird part about that, isn't it? See, when you post and all that, and you doing all that, everybody knows the brand of SESW. You can't go against SESW being the biggest provider of skids in the world, bigger than second and third place combined.
Correct.
Okay. Can't be refuted. Okay. Now we're the first ever to invent a pump ever.
You go back to a metering valve, and then a smart blend is like,
oh, they forget about that one.
Smart blend don't even know like that. It's 3 years old, ain't been replicated. And it's like, whatever. Like, another thing I get a lot of, not recently, because I've just stopped making as many videos as I used to make. I'm busy and I'm enjoying my damn fish pond. But people would say, well, you just got to ignore the hater. Just ignore. No, listen, I appreciate you being in our corner, but understand, we use this. This is ammo for us. It's not bothering me. I don't have no ulcers about it. I'm not gonna. You just ignore them if you want to. That's a tactic. That's not. We purposefully like it. I've had so many of those. You can't let them get to you. No, they're not. They're not getting to me. I'm looking for this. This is kindling. Okay, because it goes in there, and we talk about it. We've made millions off of people like this that they think they're gonna stick you a little bit, and turns out your damn blade just goes every time. Just goes like that, and we don't care. We actually kind of like it a little bit. If we go a long period of time with none of this, I start to get nervous. I'm like, oh, hey, now, hold on now.
We talk about it. We're like, bro, we ain't setting no blaze in a minute. Why? Like, what's going on? Why is it quiet now?
Too quiet.
Too quiet. Well, so we take advantage of it when it comes through, because people want to get squirrely, and we like to shoot back every now and then. It's fun. What principle is that, Cody? What is it a lesson? I mean, I don't want to go into some of the stuff, because some of that stuff we keep kind of behind the veil, if you will. But
it's a tactic, but it really burns me up at the core of just somebody thinking they're going to come in your living room and piss on your rug. You guys that are running, bunch of guys, Catch Owls in the chat, Pains, guys are in chat. If you're running your business and you got your local, your pressure washing Facebook page, you gonna let somebody come in there and just talk shit on your, above and beyond is garbage. You should use so and so down the street. And Todd's just supposed to say, oh, thanks for the feed, beta. No, Todd ain't gonna do that. Todd gonna shoot your ass full of holes, delete you and blast his shit. You can just drop it right there, bro. I get it. I don't want you to have to walk all that way. Appreciate it. My old lady done bought something else. FedEx guy's walking a half mile up driveway. Long driveway. Can't get to the driveway long. But there ain't a dude that's running his business that should take that shit. You ain't gotta take that shit. You ain't gotta take that shit. My granddaddy generation, see, that keyboard, it fucks with you because you think you can just say stuff. It's wild. Like, people, there's no retaliation. They don't feel like it's justified. It's real passive aggressive, which we don't do. We don't do passive aggressive. People think that that's like a virtue, not standing up for yourself. That ain't how it works. We don't play that shit.
No, I've taught my boy well. You can talk to Jet at school. You know, at school, he goes to one of the schools here in the city, and so you can say what you want to him, you know, to a certain extent. But as soon as they touch you,
Nope.
I'm talking about a finger, he is instructed to handle your ass. That's how we operate. See, when it comes down to school, you know how school is. I don't need to get a call every single damn day because there's a lot of yapping in school. So I've created that barrier.
Yeah.
Yapping's yapping over there, but as soon as they touch you, it's game time, cuz.
You're gonna get in trouble if you don't.
Yeah, for sure.
It's weird. Like people think that's, I don't know. Like to me, when I was a kid, everybody I grew up with, dad had that talk with them. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Yeah.
At the same time, you know, don't go around picking fights. But at the same time, somebody says something about you, your mama, you're gonna bust them in the mouth every time. Every time. We don't play that. That's just silly. It's very dumb.
Speaking of the mama thing, Jet had this kid at school who was saying that his mom was dead. And Jet was like, Jet did not. Jet like handled it. I'm like, bro, first off, like your mom is alive. So, like, very alive. Like, you know it. I know it. She dropped you off today. Okay. She's alive. Like, what are you doing, bro? They gotta come with something better.
That's what happens. They start reaching, you know, it's like start trying to just conjure shit up that ain't even true. It's like you could criticize anything. There's pros and cons to no matter what you're talking about, but now you just saying wild shit. That's but you know, to this guy's original point, Aaron, is the super pump overpriced?
No.
It's not.
No.
So you're telling me to get that kind of power, you know, what else? What are your other options in that range of, if JD Power and Associates, whoever JD and his associates are,
wherever they are,
wherever the hell they at, if they were to rank them in that power band of perform distance, you know, GPM, all the metrics, what are your other options in that Super Duty category?
It's all gasoline.
How much you spending?
Probably a minimum of $2,000. A minimum.
Do you want to show them an overpriced option? Like,
give me 1 minute. Continue.
Well, see, there is, when you say overpriced, automatically knee jerk away from that because that's real subjective. Example: I went and bought these 3 fish Saturday, and I spent more than I planned on. But the man at the fish store had $100,000 koi in the fish pond. He had a bunch of $50,000 koi. So anything, you know, when you say something's overpriced, it's no different than somebody telling you your pressure washing prices are overpriced. Or one of my buddies, Gibson Lawn Care out there in Mississippi, he charges $80 to cut grass, and they tell him that's overpriced. It's like everybody's got their kind of mental numbers that they think is too much. But here's you another option. If you wanted to get into psyllium, I said silly and read Todd's lithium comment at the same time, and I made up a new word, psyllium. How much that right there? What does that say? So that's about a engine, an aluminum base plate. You can't see on the backside because these photos were taken strategically, but that's a belt and a pulley and a low PSI pressure washer pump that you can get in the catalog. I can tell you the page of the catalog if you want it. If you add a manual blender proportioner, they need to be careful about saying proportioner there because that is actually a trademarked term. You dumbass. Neck too thick, so you couldn't turn to see the liability. Neck too thick. What are we looking at? $10,560 for that pump and a manual blender. What if you take the blender off? Oh, I guess you're getting a hose reel too.
Yeah, I got to get both. You know what I mean? I got to get both of them on buy it now. Let me see here. None.
Well, you got it. I mean, you're going to buy it anyway. So.
And none. So about 8. You know,
8,000.
Right 8. This is
8,000 for just the. the snake hole pump. Some say that he just bought a sticker and slapped it on stuff he bought out of the catalog.
Hey, and look, some say I'm gonna make a soothsayer prediction right here.
Are you?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a soothsayer prediction because then nothing on here is proprietary. Okay, not one piece on here is proprietary. Everything's been around for a minimum of 10 plus years on this rig. A minimum. Okay. I'm gonna say next year there's probably gonna be about 10 different people doing that, and that price gonna come way on down to about, I don't know, 38.
Something like that.
You 40. Know why though? Why would that come down to that place?
Because there's no real innovation. There's no patentable product. You didn't invent anything. You went to the catalog, bought a half a dozen parts, bolted them together, slapped a sticker on it, thought you had some shit.
There's no moats and there's no caimans.
Ain't no caimans. They ain't no caimans.
There's a Guatemalan with a half a flip-flop and 2 taquitas that's already reverse engineered it and selling it.
That'd be correct.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
that's what you get when you do dumb shit. So you didn't invent nothing. You're trying to say I made my punches, my pump, but you don't have. There's none of those parts you manufactured or sourced really at all. You just went to the catalog, thumbed through it, put some stuff together,
and that's
so you
fine.
get what you get. It's fine.
That's fine.
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that process, but you should expect what happens at the end of that process is you're copying me. Well, of course they're copying you. You didn't do anything. It's like you didn't. Yes, it's copyable. That's your problem. That's your fault that it's copyable. See, listen, it's copyable. That's your fault, right? So I just saw a 690 with a stainless pump to upstream for $4,000. The MoFlow already
he's right. Already
one wash season with a product line.
Not even that.
And
wash season. Yeah,
still gonna have gas, oil changes, right? We've got a camera roll full of guys already having problems with them. Now, when I say that, understand, I'm too damn honest. I'm too honest and consistent with myself to not follow that up with this next sentence. Every pump has problems. You're going to see gas power AR-45s, Comet P40s go down. Now, I do shit on those because they're not designed for this, and they have way more problems because it's not made for what you're doing with it.
Right.
You're going to see, if you've been in the game more than 5 seconds, there's new guys that get in and they'll say, well, them 12 volts just have lots of problems. Meanwhile, Todd Ketchow's running the same Remco for over a year. Air diaphragms have problems. Booster pumps have problems. The Nashville franchise of the Power Wash store that just went out of business, they had a fucking stack of booster pumps out back, just a graveyard. Okay, they have problems. You got
look like one of them little cartoon campfires.
The stack, yeah.
The stack.
They all have problems. It's not. Here's what you're actually saying. For 80% of those pumping options in our world, it ain't even accurate to say they have problems. That's not even accurate. The MoFlow, or I don't even want to fucking say that because it's not even a real thing. But that version, the Guatemalan version, there's another guy last night that built one and advertised it with a Northern Tool, like generic Northern Tool motor. But they're using the same pump out of the cat. It's an AR harsh chemical pump, a pressure switch, a solenoid. It's a clutch mechanisms. It's pretty simple to build. They're going to have problems. But when I say problems, these are just natural things. We knew that when we started. So the point is to get all the IndyCar performance. Here's the issue, Aaron. Guys, the end users will only think about the power at the gun. They're all, and me included, Tim Taylor. We're eat up with it. As blue collar guys, we don't think about business correctly usually. We only think about the right now. We're real short-sighted. So they'll sacrifice everything to get that power at the gun, feeling and measurement. Okay, that's fine. The next level down is the vendors that are stupid enough to cater to that desire and not build anything that meets these other metrics that need to be met, such as maintenance, overall cost, running, the ability to go down and get back up in the field, these other things. Why? Because they're just trying to make a quick sale. They're not planning on being around long, so they don't have to really build something that's going to last or be rebuildable or cost effective in the long term. So are the MoFlow type pumps gonna, have problems? Absolutely. Do ARs have problems? Yes, but you'll still find a guy that's ran an AR 45 for 2 years, and he's like, well, mine runs, but he knows how to take care of it. He babies it. Those are the outliers. We're not talking about the outliers. We're talking about the mainstream. So when we said we wanted to build the super pump, we had numbers. It had to hit the at the gun metrics, right? Or it would be dead on arrival, because the mass of guys in our industry, if that's the first thing they're looking for, we got to teach them to even consider the other things. Most of them, you got to say, yeah, I know it sprays like this, but if our pump didn't spray like X at the gun, the other shit wouldn't matter. So that was the primary preliminary thing it had to do. But then once you get that, you've also, if you're smart, you got to have changeability in the field, ease of use, ease to install. Okay, here's how I know I'm going to win, because there's never going to be a forum or 1,000-member Facebook group to keep super pumps running. There won't have to be, because they're just going to run. And when you wear out a part, you do a head swap and you run and you run and you make a bunch of money and you buy another super pump and your life just moves on. These other things, they're full of gremlins to the point where you got to have forums. You got to have active groups with thousands of people to keep something running. That should tell you right there that this is not a long-term thing. This is not ideal situation. So have a preference, guys. You don't have to buy a super pump. You could say, I don't like electric systems. I don't know why. I really don't know how you could really shit on that. But if that's what you want to do, that's fine. It's just going to be real hard. It's going to be real hard to make your internal angst make sense on paper.
That's what it is.
How long did it take my brother to swap that pump out in the field at the Serious Starter event last week? We just
32.
did a pump swap just to be doing it.
32 seconds.
32 seconds. There you go.
That was a part of the R&D. The R&D was to keep a guy running in the field. Like, it wasn't just the metric at the gun. That was something that had to be hit.
Hell, we would have been done in a year, not 2. If it was just metric at the guns, all you're trying to do.
Yeah. But the other part of it was, how do we keep a guy running? How do we create a head kit that's easily swappable to where a new guy or even a veteran can do it simply, and you're not going to have a million tech support tickets trying to figure that out. All of that, making it a capsule, very simply, easily accessible for a guy. All of this has been built into the innovation of the super pump, and all of it takes hours and months to get right, because every time you change something as far as a tolerance or anything, it takes, dude, it takes so long. It feels like, to get anything done. If you want Formula One performance,
that was the request from the market. And that because now you see other builders that are trying to roll out their own, I can't even say that, their own pumps, because they're just buying shit, putting it in a rotisserie oven, putting a sticker on it, and saying, well, this is our pump. You didn't build any.
That ain't gonna last long.
It ain't even impressive. Like, it's kind of shitty.
Guys,
so we're trying to get you something that's 75 feet, shoot 75 feet yonder way, and it shoot about 4 to 5 stories that way. And it'll rinse this shit off just fine, and it's easy to see. It's a perfect storm of stuff coming together.
Yeah.
So when you get online and you say, that thing sucks, well, you don't fucking know it sucks. You ain't never seen one. Buy gas. Why? Why are you so romantic about? Do you think a Nudo Reverbing gives one flying shit about your support? Call them Italians up next time your pump goes down. Like, they're not going to buy gas. Why? It's not even you're just literally a stupid person. So anyway, in honor of this guy, guys, you hung out with us during the live. We're gonna run a little old code. I have been known to do this from time to time. It's been a while since I've done one, so today, boy's name was Victor, wasn't it?
It was Victor. Yep.
Yeah, Victor. Victor, well, Victor, we appreciate you engagement right there on the social medias and on the interwebs. We appreciate the engagement. So we wanted to give back. Just want to give back. Always believed in people over profits. And I did help a little old lady get her grocery cart back today. I did do that, and wanted to give you guys
wouldn't give her a deal though. Wouldn't go down on the price.
This patio gonna cost you now, but stupid ass. So guys, go over to the site. 15% off. It's not everything on the site. It's a lot of stuff though. Kim's. I had Brian set this code up as we've been shooting this.
2 minutes, Cody.
Yeah, we gotta run. So use the code over at the site. 15% off. Kim's, tips, nozzles, smart streams, all kind of goodies over there, guys. Go over there and take advantage of Victor. Tell Victor you appreciate it next time y'all see him.
Appreciate you, brother.
How's y'all's mom and them?
All right, y'all have a good one.